Well, Frozen 2 has made $350 million worldwide over one weekend. So, I guess that means I need to talk about it. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. Currently here at Not Your Normal Guy, we are in the middle of Disney movies ranked and reviewed. I've never seen the MCU, and most relevantly, my Star Wars Is series. But today we're going to take a hiatus from those movies to discuss the release of a new highly anticipated movie, Frozen 2. I like to say that in this channel we analyze the cultural implications of media. I basically review media in the order it was released and rank or review them to decide which movie is my favorite or just to recap old trends. Now I have a 5-year-old daughter, so I've seen Frozen, way more times than any human should. However, I really love Frozen. I've never had a disdain for Let It Go, and I was never annoyed by Olaf.
I like warm hugs.
I love the characters, I love the music, I love the storyline, and to make matters even better, I'm pretty sure the whole success was accidental. I didn't even go to see Frozen until a month after its release when I heard on the news there was this new movie that was breaking records right and left. I decided at that time that I was gonna go see it. Before that moment, I was positive it was trying to be competition for DreamWorks Animation Studio, and it was equally as stupid as DreamWorks. In the trailer, we watched a reindeer and snowman fight over a carrot, which seemed very DreamWorksian. And yes, I just made up that word. But the whole thing seems a little familiar. Do you understand yet why I didn't want to watch it? Needless to say, I was completely wrong about it. Frozen was very much not this. Thank the heavens above. But with the Frozen 2 trailers, I was absolutely convinced that Disney nailed a tone and furtherance of the story that was going to be perfect. Frozen was growing up with us. It was an adventure tale, and it would continue the story into a darker, more adult tone. But would it? Let's talk about it. First, the good stuff. This movie is beautiful. There were a couple scenes that I can only describe as breathtaking, especially the fall scenes that panned above the treetops and were absolutely gorgeous. The leaves and the color palettes are markedly different than that of the first movie, and I think that was a very good choice. Although I'm still certain they are going to try to milk this franchise dry with spring and summer sequels also. It had some moments of humor that were infectious, although I'm sure that has to do with the audience of children that I saw it with. Some of their giggles were absolutely amazing, and they clearly liked Olaf. Every time he entered the screen, the toddler giggles commenced.
I can't wait until I'm aged like you.
And of course there are the songs. All the songs are thematically perfect and melodically beautiful, although some have some tonal issues. I mean, you can't beat Idina Menzel belting her way into my heart. Olaf's songs sound like a very clear homage to In Summer, and Kristoff's song is hilarious in its style, if not in its sincerity. As I said before, Idina Menzel's songs are incredible, although none of them will come even close to the phenomenon of Let It Go.
Let it go, let it go.
Overall, the production left me in tears, and that's a good thing. There are themes of inadequacy, loss, racism, history, reunion, sacrifice, preservation, happiness as a facade, nihilism, depression, sisterhood, family, and trust all throughout the movie. And those are all relatable topics. No matter who you are, there's some theme in this movie that you will relate to. But there's an awful lot of themes. If the original Frozen accidentally stumbled onto genius by making the tale a story of sisterly love rather than a good guy versus baddie situation, then this movie stumbled into mediocrity by trying too hard to recreate the same magic. There are many different opportunities here that go largely uncommented on. The original was loved for accidentally, and sometimes intentionally, subverting the tropes of older Disney movies, and this movie had several tropes that it seems to move towards subverting, but all of them just lay there like loose threads in the middle of what could become a beautiful tapestry, if it were only finished. Those unfinished ends include the same traits I listed earlier. The truth, however, is that it would take an insanely tightly woven script, if you'll pardon the sloppy metaphor, to maintain that many relatable topics. I'm sure a very subtle and concise movie could do it, but this is a Disney movie, and Disney is not known for its subtlety.
You want me to be the bad guy? Fine. Now I'm the bad guy.
There are many reasons why Frozen 2 is a meh movie from me, even though I wanted it to be absolutely perfect, and chief among those reasons is a lack of strong theme throughout the movie. With the original Frozen, watching it was a surreal experience. You never knew what it was doing until the end. As soon as Anna sacrificed herself for Elsa, though, you understood all the scenes that had led up to this point. This movie was about sisterly love. All along, I thought it was going to be about a true love's kiss.
What happened to your kiss?
It had a love triangle and therefore several people to kiss. Who was it going to be? Who was the right guy? They set up a perfect false flag for us to want to watch unfold. It set up a perfect tension to make us pay attention. But all along, the love wasn't Kristoff. It was Elsa. In the same way, I thought this movie was setting up some false flags for us today. Because of this preconceived notion, I was very interested as the movie kept throwing new ideas for me to consume. I kept wondering how this movie would tie them all together, and they didn't. They could have if maybe they decided to go for a more simple tale, but this is a spoiler-free video, so I'm not going to get into that right now. If you loved the characters of the first movie, as I do, and loved the story of the first movie, as I do, and love the environment of the first movie, as I do, you will probably like this movie on the virtue that it expands characters and stories and environments that you love. But if you don't like Anna and Elsa and their brethren already, don't bother. There is nothing here that will further entice you. Thank you for joining me once again today. What are your thoughts about Frozen? Tell us down in the comments. Please remember to keep them spoiler free and to be kind to others and their opinions. Also, every time you like one of these videos, an angel gets its wings. So be nice to the angels. I'll have a spoilerific version out to you eventually because I really want to talk about some of the stuff Disney did with this movie, but I'll let you have a week or two to catch it first, and maybe I'll see it a second time. Please subscribe if you like Disney media. You'll find a lot to entertain you here. I'll see you again soon for my next Star Wars Is video.